finally went to this one doctor. After all these tests, you know, the Sheehan came back negative, whatever. I have a spot on my stomach where a tick bit me like 2 or 3 years before that. And it was like a scar, but it used to be one little circle, and I noticed it would change colors, it would itch, it would turn red, it turned brown, and I was like, I wonder what the symptoms of Lyme disease are. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my goodness.
So you found that you were the one with Lyme's disease before a doctor actually found it?
Oh yeah,
Why is that?
I had just researching.
Well, I mean, how come the doctor didn't find it? Is it because this disease is so new that most people don't think to look for it, or is it the tests are hard to do, or what is it?
It's not new. It's called the great imitator.
Okay.
Because it can go in any part of your body, it can portray as anything. Some people have severe pain, fibromyalgia, that's another one that's usually actually Lyme disease. They have this horrible pain, they can't, you know, function, they can't do anything. You have other people, there's such fatigue. You have other people that they just ADHD, ADD, you know, they have concentration problems, forgetful. You have other people that are literally in bed and like paralyzed. And then you have people that, and like this is where I am, I'm like, I have all of them smushed together, but they all ride on a more mild than what some people are. Like, I have pain head to toe, but it's not the severe, like crippling, I can't deal with it. Actually, what I feel like, mine's like a numb, constant pain that I feel like really my brain has shut it off. Because I can, my hips hurt, and Mike will go to rub my back, and he's not hitting it, it's not hitting it, not hitting it, and all of a sudden it turns into that intense, oh my gosh, lighten up, I can't take that. Kaleigh, I'm touching you. I don't care. I can't, you are going to have to lighten up, but it's like my brain has so many things to deal with, it shuts off what's not a necessity for life. And then once you're touched, your brain has to go, oh, I was touched, send it, touch, signal, you know, it sends back these, oh, now the brain's having to tick over here now because it's been stimulated. Oh yeah, this is what's happening there. I forgot we turned that off. And it turns into this intense pain. It's like being super car sick and your blood sugar dropping at the same time with a lot of other, like you've had a stroke, just a lot of other things thrown in together. Shortly after I had Micah, I was like, oh, I want to read this book. To read a single page of an adult read, I have to go to bed because the migraines are so bad. I've had it where I can't comprehend the words coming out of my children's mouth. They're talking to me, and it literally sounds like Charlie Brown is, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, what did you say? Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'd have to say what, like 4 times before my brain would click it. I have literally been, Michael was sick or he had something going on. I was trying to find an essential oil, so I was just like trying to look up that problem. And the letters were so shaky, I could not see, I couldn't comprehend any letter, but I was able to read it out loud. And I'm sitting there, what in the world? How can I read this? I can't even see it. And the doctor just told me part of my brain was catching it, part of my brain was not. Our brains are amazing and people don't realize how much they do. And I was just like, that's crazy. But this came later with a different doctor, but they found that I had extreme brain inflammation. And like I said, that tells your body everything, and then your body tells it, and it goes, you know, just sends the signals. And I have been trying to tell people I have a certain amount of effort that I can give. It can go to physical or it can go to mental. But either way, if I go to mental, like I had one time I read an audiobook, like 30, 45 minutes. That was enough stimulation to my brain. I lost function in my arms. I was like, oh, I need to sweep this real quick. And I could almost not make my arms move a broom because I lost function in my arms from using my brain.
Wow.
And vice versa. If I use my body, and also that's going to make me more the brain stuff, you know, lights moving, any kind of movement, just any brain stimulation is going to then be more dramatic too. But if I use my body, like I can go to the doctor. I can walk to the doctor now that I have help come every day, and they take a load off the stress of keeping kids organized, because I had to do where I didn't do things. I would just have to help the kids. They would have to do stuff, and they were 7 and 8 years old, and they had to rock baby to sleep, do the dishes, do the laundry, sweep the floor, and I would just help with the too much, you know, for them, so that they could do the other part. Like, we didn't have a dryer, so we would take the clothes out, and I would take towels, hang it up so the clothesline, you know, would come down for them to hang the rest of it. And if I could do that at first, and then it got to where just the weight, even though I do this every day or two, the weight of a single towel is just like, you know, it was just like, it was so much.
You're not a weakling by any shake of the stick. And so for you to have that issue, being able just to lift up a wet towel is huge. Now this goes back to something else, right? You look relatively normal on the outside. You know, there's sometimes whenever your face gets to drooping, or like you talk about, but you look normal on the outside. But that's not what you feel like on the inside. What kind of frustration does that bring about? You know, because can't you just, you know, go exercise some more, Kaleigh?
That has brought a lot of frustration. Well, people call it an invisible illness.
Invisible illness.
Invisible illness.
That's a good way to put it, because it's also apparently hard to find too once it's in your body.